afternoon. My name is Kimberly Nacencio from Linwood Elementary.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Gonzalez from Linwood Elementary.
My name is Mariana Banks from Linwood Elementary, and we're here to tell you important facts about the Civil War.
The Civil War was a dramatic time in history and led to massive chaos.
In the late 1800s, the Civil War was the bloodiest war in history, killing thousands of Americans and pitting family members against each other. Cousins killed cousins, brothers killed brothers, friends killed friends. It was a very sad time in American history.
The Civil War was fought in hundreds of different locations across America.
Yeah, it was fought from southern Pennsylvania to Texas, from New Mexico to Florida's coast.
But the war mostly took place in Virginia and Tennessee's land.
Did you know the Civil War was fought between the northern and southern states from 1861 to 1865?
That's a very interesting fact.
Yeah, the war only lasted for about 4 years.
However, the war killed so many innocent people.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Well, now you do.
So I have a question. If the Civil War never happened, do you think the world would be the same today?
No, because there will still be slaves.
This documentary is going to show you the exploration, encounter, and exchange in history during the Civil War.
Can you tell me what exploration means?
Exploration is when you learn about an unfamiliar area.
The exploration for the Civil War was because of disagreements between northern and southern states involving slavery.
So that is why the Civil War happened?
Yes.
So then what does encounter mean?
Encounter means to be forced with something serious and sudden.
Encounter means the effect of the civilians during the time period.
What does encounter mean in history?
The encounter in Civil War history is how many families were torn apart. Families were separated because of disagreements dealing with slavery. The effects on civilians meant losing jobs as well.
Wow, that must have hurt many families.
Then what does exchange mean in history?
The exchange in history is how they fought.
They fought by using guns and cannons. They communicated by sending people with messages and using telegraphs. The war ended because the North had more men and war materials than the South.
The North had eventually won the war.
Did you know that Abraham Lincoln was the president of the United States during the Civil War?
He helped to make big changes in the United States.
407 years ago, our fathers brought forth on this continent a new nation, conceived on liberty, and is dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal.
Wow, is this how he started it?
He gave Gettysburg Address 2 years later on November 19, 1863.
Yes, what do you think it means?
It means that all men should have equal rights and that no one should be a slave.
Who wrote his speech?
He wrote the entire speech by himself.
That's impressive. The issue of slavery and central power divided the United States.
That is why the country was divided into North and South.
The Civil War began when the Confederate troops bombarded Fort Sumter, South Carolina on April 12, 1861.
Abraham Lincoln issued a call for troops on April 15, 1861, soon after the attack.
That soon led to the Battle of Bull Run on July 21st, 1861.
Wow, all that started the war?
Yeah, people got mad over it.
This is why they had won.
They were way more prepared.
Did you know that the bloodiest battle of the Civil War was the Battle of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania?
That's really sad.
Did you know that women fought during the Civil War?
There were so many women who fought during the Civil War.
There were several women who made some massive changes in history.
There was one lady named Albert Casher, born as Jenny Irene Rogers, who was an Irish-born immigrant who served in the Union Army during the American Civil War.
There was many women who fought in the Civil War, but her case was one of the most famous.
Even after the Civil War, she continued to live as a man.
She was considered a good soldier.
She died on October 10, 1915 in Illinois.
There was another lady named Loretta Janetta Lopez.
She disguised herself as a man and took the name as Harry T. Buford.
She fought in the war and died in 1897.
There was one lady named Sarah Edmonds Seeley.
She entered in a battle and fought.
She sadly died on September 5th, 1898 in La Forte, Texas.
Wow, that's really crazy, and even women fought in the war.
After the war was over, the Constitution was amended to free slaves and assure equal protection under the law for American citizens to grant black men the right to fight.
However, Abraham Lincoln was assassinated on April 14, 1865.
So he died a little over a month before the Civil War ended.
Yes, so basically everyone was free now.
Now the United States was fair to everybody.
Many Civil War battlefields are threatened by development.
Wow, that's crazy.
The Civil just tore families apart in so many different ways.
Men and boys alike both defended their side to the death.
Many families were divided over their beliefs on slavery.
Slavery was the main reason the whole war happened.
Many loved ones were killed in the war during the wartime period.
If you were drafted during the Civil War, you could legally pay someone $300 to go to war in your place.
But did you know that mostly slaves were paid to be drafted into the military?
During the U.S. Civil War, 200,000 African Americans served in the Union Army. 38,000 gave their lives, and 22 after the war won the Medal of Honor.
Wow, they went to war and they got an award for serving our country?
That is crazy.
I would want to get an award for serving the country as well.
The war lasted a long time.
One of the craziest things about the Civil War was that most of the time you had to fight your family who believed on the other side.
I would not want to fight against my family.
Yeah, I don't want to kill them.
This is all the information we have about the Civil War.
We hope that now you know more information about the Civil War.
Bye,
Bye.
and thanks again.